Hey, friends. Big River here. Today is Wednesday, August 31st, 2016. And I want to share with you this humongous aha moment that I had towards the end of my trip. Um, and it was an aha moment where I really realized the story, the continuation of the story that I'm always telling and how it manifests. And while I share this story, I want you to think about the stories that you are telling and keep manifesting in your life. And where to start this story? I'm going to start in the middle. The last day in Glastonbury, we're at the Chalice Wells. If you look at my Facebook, there's all these pictures from all my friends. It was beautiful. Had this beautiful time at the Chalice Wells in Glastonbury. The Chalice Wells are the feminine well. And kind of by the wellhead, there's a second little wellhead area. And in the wall, they have like a statue of the Virgin Mary, the Blessed Mother. And Shashi calls me over. And she goes, "Yeah, come stand over this well. I'm going to do a little ceremony with you." And Shashi embodies a perfect balance of the divine feminine. So here's this priestess. Shashi's a fucking tantric priestess. And she goes through this beautiful ceremony with me, just moving me to tears what she's saying. And I'll share in a nutshell what she shared, what she said, because I can't do it justice. I wish I would have recorded that little ceremony. Shashi basically said to me that Shakti, the female energy, will always be there to love me and support me and to hold me and to help me be who I'm working on becoming. And it'll always be there, to never doubt it, that it'll always be there. And I believed it. And in that moment was pivotal for me because I started to shift the story that I've been telling. I've always been, you've seen this in my videos, a master at manifesting abandonment. Now from here I'm going to back up to Italy, and I want to share with you a little story from my perspective and then from Shashi's perspective, because she was there. And then the story, we're having dinner at the dinner picnic table at the Osho community. I am kind of on one end of the table, and Shashi's on the other end of the table, and I had these four extremely beautiful Italian women sitting around me, and we were having this discussion. And I was enjoying the discussion, but honestly, at the time, I was feeling kind of abandoned because I was wanting, I was hoping, something would turn into more, and one of these women might have an interest in me or something like that. And in that state of abandonment, I was continuing my story that none of these women were interested in me. And that's one way I could tell that story. Now, from the other side of the table, and this came up out of the blue. Shashi was just like, "Oh my God, you guys would not believe how the Italian women just fell in love with Big River. There was one night we're sitting there at the table, and I look over, and these four Italian beautiful women are all sitting around them, and they're batting their eyelashes and saying, 'Please tell me more, Big River.'" And 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 they were just like, worshiping every word you were saying. And I missed that story completely. That's And as I look back on it, I can see it now in hindsight. But at the moment, I didn't see that story at all. And it's all the perspective, right? Oh, it's so silly when you think about it. So I missed that moment. I missed that opportunity. But it was needed. I needed that to happen and to have my perspective, Shashi's perspective. Shashi did this ceremony. Boom, it shifted in me. Because from that point on, I feel supported by Shakti, by women. So continue on from that point. So I go to Ireland with this beautiful Shakti goddess, and we have an amazing time. And I was still kind of in that place. If you look at my last video, right? I'm hoping like for committed relationships, and I had that out there, but I could have easily turned that time I shared with her into another thing. Oh, here's another woman who's not interested in becoming a partner with me or something like that, right? And continue that story. But you know what? I saw it completely different. I saw how we supported each other. Every conversation we had was golden. Every minute we shared was like so much fun. Like we were in the moment. And that story has changed, my friends. I could have easily have turned that into more abandonment, but I didn't. And I really want you to think about, what stories do you tell? How are you continuing that story? How it happens in all of us, and it's so subtle. And all it really, yeah, I really hope you guys all have aha moments like this, because this is a game changer for me. I'm going to be telling a different story from now on. I'm supported by Shakti, by women. I have so many women friends that just love me, and I love them. I always talk about how I love without expectations or without limitations. And now, as my perspective's changing, I can see how I have that already. That abandonment is getting broken away, my friends. And this is a wonderful video documenting that. So think about that. What story are you keep perpetuating continuation of? And see that and change it to really create what you want. All right, my friends, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for sharing this time with me. Hoka Hey. Oh.